Now 3 minutes to post time for the mile. 3 minutes. Post time in 2 minutes. And 1 minute to post time for the mile. Starts at a 50-cent early pick 5. Fast and firm. You have 1 minute. The horses are approaching the starting gate. Going down to the mile start. This will be a first line finish. A first line finish for the mile. The horses have reached the starting gate. It is now post time. Loading for the mile, Mitch Murrill with Regatta Bay. The first of the 5 to move into the starting gate now, Paco Lopez with Darrell's Bolt has joined Regatta Bay. Marcelino Pedroza Jr. with Hexel in the blue. Couple back, Axel Concepcion. Little Bro Coupe coming up. One more. CJ McMahon with 10 days later. Fast and firm on this first Saturday of the season in New Orleans. They're in the gate. Away and running at the fairgrounds. Hexel broke slightly inward. Here's an early bid by 10 days later. Lil Bro Coupe is running in third as they make the way into the first turn. Darrell's Bolt and Regatta Bay has dropped back to last as Hexel leads the way. It's Hexel in front from 10 days later, who's pressing Hexel as these two go to the back of the track. And 10 days later has now forged ahead with 6 furlongs to run from the first line finish. With Hexel taken back to settle in second by 5. Then comes Lil Bro Coupe, who's joined toward the inside by Darrell's Bolt, while Regatta Bay trails the mile here in the Saturday opener. The first 2 of 8 furlongs covered in 23.10 seconds with CJ McMahon. It's 10 days later, the overall leader to a half mile from home. Marcelino Pedroza Jr. and Hexel keeping tabs on the leader. Axel Concepcion and Lil Bro Coupe is running a wide third. Paco Lopez and Darrell's Bolt in the black cap. And with Mitchell Morrill, Regatta Bay remains last to the quintet. Taken through a half mile by 10 days later in 47.08 seconds as they round the far turn. They're still aiming for 10 days later. 10 days later leads by a length and a half to Lil Bro Coupe, who's coming with a charge. A quarter of a mile to go. And here's Darrell's Bolt, who's on the move. And then comes Hexel and Regatta Bay pulled to the far outside for a bid as they straighten for the short stretch. 3/4 in 1 minute 12.91 seconds. And it's Darrell's Bolt who's come charging up the rail now to take the lead with 1 furlong to go. Opens up by 3 from Lil Bro Coupe. Then 10 days later, Regatta Bay and Hexel. They're close to home. It's Darrell's Bolt. Darrell's Bolt. Paco Lopez for Joe Sharp. Darrell's Bolt won by 3.5 from Regatta Bay. Then Hexel and Lil Bro Coupe. .139.64 seconds after the mile opener. 139.64. Stand by for the full run order from the judges. After the first, it was 3-2 on 2 Darrell's Bolt. Paco Lopez with his leading 5th victory of the season here early on. Joe Sharp with 3. It's Darrell's Bolt at 3-2. Number 2, Darrell's Bolt with Paco Lopez. Darrell's Bolt is a 5-year-old bay gelding bred in Kentucky by Bolt Doro out of the Heart's Cry mare Evening Sky, owned and trained by Joe Sharp. Fairgrounds congratulates the winning connections of Darrell's Bolt, 3-2 winner of the mile opener. We're still standing by for the full run order from the judges. First, the 1 Regatta Bay second, the 3 Hexel